Hi guys, my name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another weekly reading check-in. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. So before we talk about the books that I've read, we're going to talk about the books that I hauled this week. First up, what I'm really excited that I got is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This is a prequel to The Hate U Give. This one follows stars Father Maverick. I knew it started with an M. Follows Maverick when he was young and in a gang, and when he is about to become a father for the first time. So I'm really excited for this. I love the audiobooks for The Hate U Give and on the come up, so I will definitely listen to the audiobook for this, but I had to have a physical copy because I love this series so much, or these books so much. They're not technically, like, they're all set in the same world. On the come up isn't really a direct sequel or anything, but it is kind of like a companion. It follows characters we don't know until you read the book, but it is set what's it called, in the same, I think it's in the same town as The Hate U Give, and kind of reflects on the happenings of The Hate U Give. And then this one is just a prequel, and it follows Star's father. So excited. I love these books so much. I cannot wait to read this. Okay. With that, I also had to order some Star Wars books to continue on with the Star Wars Canon Challenge. Now, technically, when I first started the challenge, this was the third book that we were going to read, but then later on found out there was an updated list, so the third book ended up being Queen's Peril. So this is going to be like late in February. I think the end of February is when we start this, which is fine. This one was the one we had to start right away, actually, for the week, actually. So I'm going to talk about more about this when I get into the books that I read for the week, but this one follows Padme during the events of The Phantom Menace. And then Queen's Shadow is the sequel to that, and this one pretty much follows up right after Queen's Peril and The Phantom Menace, so yeah. That's really all I can say. They're about Padme, and I love Padme from the prequels. I know, I'm crazy. I love the prequels. I do. So, what? I don't care. I really like them. I wasn't the biggest Star Wars fan, and then, I don't know, like, Mandalorian really reignited my love for Star Wars. So, like, really just ignited it. So, yeah, now I'm reading a bunch. I'm loving it. So, okay. So other than those, I did order one more book in that Amazon order, which had Concrete Rose and then the 2 Star Wars books. That was shipped by Angie Hockman. Okay. So my biggest issue was that when I got the freaking order, my box was soaked. I don't know if you can tell, but it's water damaged. A little upset. Thankfully, Concrete Rose is in the same box and didn't get any damage at all, and I'm really excited for that, because that one I would have been like even more upset about. But yeah, I was really upset when this one came damaged. So I contacted Amazon and they sent me another copy. The only thing is this one's kind of bent, but I'd rather have more of a bent book than a water damaged book. So I'm just leaving it at that. This one I'll just return to Kohl's, have it returned to Amazon. I don't care. I don't really know what this is about. All I know is that it's in the same vein as The Hating Game. And it's about 2 people that absolutely hate each other. I think I have to go on a cruise together. Yeah, so it's a marketing manager who's forced to go on a cruise with their arch nemesis when they're up for the same promotion. It's supposed to be funny. It's hate to love romance. I'm really excited to read it, so there's that. Okay, that was all the books that I bought for the week, and hopefully the rest of the month. Oh no, it's not. I just placed an order this morning. What am I thinking? Oh wait, that's not it. Wasn't it? Actually, I did have another book come in, which is my volume of Skippy. This is the 7th volume of the 3-in-1s. This is 19 through 21. Yes. And yeah, it's by Yoshiki Nakamura. What can I say? This is also going to be talked about in this video because I completely forgot to add that to my pile. Okay, now we can talk about books that I read for the week. I have my iPad here because I only read, I guess, one book on my iPad. That's not entirely true. I did read one other, but I have a physical copy of it, so it's fine. The Darkest Night by Gina Showalter. Actually, wait, didn't I? Wait a minute. I think I finished... What? January 18th. I don't remember. Did I talk about... Did I talk about this book? Wait, that's February. What am I doing? There it is. The 18th would have been Monday. Why can't I remember if I was currently reading or... I can't remember. So... I can't remember if I talked about Hunger Like No Other by Cressley Cole. I know I was currently reading it, but I can't remember if I had finished it and talked about it. I gave it 3 stars. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that rubbed me the wrong way. It's the first 2 series. I'm gonna give it a shot, keep going on. But it's very rape-y. So that kind of really rubbed me the wrong way. I was trying to, like, it's about a werewolf and a half vampire, half Valkyrie. So she's his mate, so he gets a little possessive with her, and it gets a little rape-like. Okay, when I say a little, I mean it's a lot rape-like, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I gave it 3 stars. We're gonna see how the rest of the series goes, but I'm gonna still continue on with the rest of the series, or at least I'm gonna still keep continuing on, and then read the second book, and then see how that goes. Okay, that's all I wanted to say with that. Okay, so now we can talk about The Darkest Night by Gina Showalter. This is the first book in the Lords of the Underworld series, and this one follows, what's his name, Maddox? Is it? Yeah, Maddox. So pretty much him and a whole bunch of other guys live on the edge of the village in Budapest. And they are possessed by demons. They're taken over. Pretty much they were cursed by the gods to be taken over by these demons, to be the embodiment of these demons. And Maddox is violence. There's others like death and pain and promiscuity, stuff like that. And they live in this house on the edge of the village. And this woman comes around and like kind of tries to like spy on them a little bit, just as like her village talks about them a lot, and it's like, are they angels? Are they demons? You know. You find out this woman, her name is Ashlyn, she's our other main character, and she can hear thoughts, and she wants to be cured from it, and she thinks that they might be able to help her. Can you tell from my tone of voice that I really didn't like this? I DNF'd it. So I remember reading a few of these books, but from what Goodreads says, I only read one, but I mean, this could have been before Goodreads, and I could have just put that I read this one, and because I forgot how many of them I actually read. I don't remember this series as much. I only remembered the first book anyway, and I didn't even remember that much of it. I just remembered a little bit. Violence Maddox, he's cursed to die every night and return in the day. And the cycle continues. And so pretty much he has to go and hunt down Ashlyn before he's to be killed. Because the demon takes over him so much that they have to kill him. And then when he comes back, he's more subdued and everything is fine. And so he has to go find her before he's to be killed, before the demon completely takes over him. And when he finds her, he's like, look, when he realizes that she's not really that much of a threat to them, he's like, you need to leave. The demon's going to take over me. Just leave. And she's like, no, I want to be with you. They had just met. And he's like, no, you gotta go. You gotta go. And she's just like, no, I trust you. I want to be with you. So he takes her back. She realizes what the frick is going on. She's still completely in the dark about a lot of shit. But, like, she sees what's, like, he's being killed. And she's like, yeah, maybe I made a mistake. And then when he comes back in the day, she's like, you know what? I made a mistake. I want to go. And he's like, nah. You wanted to stay? You're staying. Just shut the fuck up. It's really insta-lovey. It's really... I don't like the plot. I don't like the insta-love. Like, again, like I've said this before, sometimes insta-love is done right. Or not right, but it's done well enough where I can just, like, be okay with it. This was not. Like, she's so wishy-washy, he's so dumb, and it's so heavy on miscommunication that I don't like it. They could have just sat this bitch down and told her what was going on, like, what's happening with them, but they don't. And then, like, when they talk about, like, the gods and the titans and everything, they don't really come up with names. Again, I only got, like, 150 to 200 pages, so maybe they'll start talking about it later. But I'm like, I know you're talking about the Greek gods, so the Olympians, so can you just, like, name them? I don't know, that kind of was just... Every time it was like, the gods would summon me. I'm like, who? Zeus? Okay. Like, I don't know. I wasn't liking this book, so I just came up with a whole bunch of shit that rubbed me the wrong way. There's other stuff, but I wasn't a fan. So I DNF'd it. We're not going to be continuing on with that series. I have another one lined up for February, so I am excited for February, and I'll be talking about that. Actually, in a little while, I will be making a February TBR coming soon, because I only have 1 week left of January, so I will be making a February TBR. Okay, so now all the books that I have are, sorry, I'm gonna get rid of that one over there, are all physical books. So I finished A Tale of Witchcraft by Chris Colfer. I started and finished it this week. I enjoyed this. This is a sequel to A Tale of Magic, which is a prequel. This is the start of a prequel series to The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I love The Land of Stories. It's so much fun. It's so imaginative, and I really love the interpretation of fairy tales and all of that. This doesn't really have those fairy tales, really. Like, it has, like, somewhat, but because it's a prequel and it's set, like, on 100 years, not even, I don't even know, like, it's set years and years before Land of Stories, like, decades before, so it's just, I don't know, like, it's darker, and it's really just setting up, like, Land of Stories is so much lighter, and yeah, there's dark elements, but it's a lighter series. This one is very dark compared, because we live in this dark time in the series where magic is outlawed, and in this book, magic is now legalized, but in the start of it, magic is outlawed, and Bristol, our main character, women are not allowed to read. They're really not allowed to do anything except what they're meant to do, which is be in the kitchen, keep the home, everything. So women aren't allowed to read, they're not allowed to be in school, they're not allowed to do anything else but be like a housewife. And so Bristol ends up reading a book, and she's found reading like this fairy tale-esque book, and sent to this this school for women who don't know how to act the way they're supposed to. And then she's found by a fairy who realizes that Bristol is a fairy and she has magic, and she's going around and finding other beings, or other fairies with magic, other beings, and trying to make a school for magic and trying to legalize it. And then there's the threat of the Snow Queen. That's all in the first book. So this one, again, magic is legalized. The school for fairies is open. Bristol and her fairy council are all together and are trying to help the world. So we're leading into the Land of Stories-esque, but we're not there yet because it's still decades away. And I'm not gonna spoil but there are there are some characters that we know from the Land of Stories series in this, and I very much enjoy that. I gave this, I want to say 4 stars. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. It's more like a 3.75, but I just rounded up to a 4. I enjoyed it. It's not as light as the Land of Stories was. I love that series so much, but it is nice to be set in this world again, even if we're just leading into that world. You know what I mean? Okay. After that, I did read and finish Queen's Peril by E.K. Johnston. Again, like I said, when I hauled it, this is Padme's book, and this is set during Phantom Menace, and we're seeing Padme's accounts of what happened before and during and after Phantom Menace with Padme. So I don't really know what else to say other than like Padme is crowned queen, or voted queen of Naboo, and she or the captain of the guard is trying to find other women that kind of look like her and act like her, and trying to make a court of those ladies so that they can interchange and they can all become Padme if they need to be, to protect her. So a lot of this book is finding those women, and so it's pretty much a friendship story, and it's all the women coming together and finding their own and becoming friends and protecting Padme, and Padme protecting them, and her planet. And it's good. I liked it. I gave this 4 stars. I want to say 4. Yeah, I gave it 4. I really love Padme. She is one of my favorites from the Star Wars universe. So, or Queen Amidala. I need to rewatch Phantom Menace now. And actually, that's the thing. Queen's Peril was the book before you get to watch Phantom Menace. So I'm going to watch that and then dive into the next book, which I'll talk about a little bit. But I did finish Skip Beat volumes 19 to 21 by Yoshiki Nakamura. Okay, because this is 19, 20, and 21 in the series, I can't talk about it too much. I've talked about enough of this series. I feel like I love Skip Beat. I truly do. Kyoko and Ren, just so good. I will say that the 20th volume is my favorite in this bind-up. This got 5 stars. I loved it. The 20th volume, though, is my favorite. I cried so hard in that volume, and it's Christmas, but it's also some birthdays, and I cried. I freaking cried. I just want Kyoko and Ren together already. Give it to me, damn it. So there's that. I got 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. And then I will be reading Queen's Shadow this week. This is the book to read after you watch Phantom Menace. So I will be reading this week. So, this will end January. I have a full week, though. Okay? So, it's Monday. I have a full week of just this to read because I've read everything else. So every book in my TBR is read, except for my last Star Wars book. So, I kind of want to pick something up. I really want to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I keep wanting to put it on a TBR, but I'm like, nah, I need to read a lot of these books instead. But now, I want to read this book. So I have a full week, and this doesn't take me that long. Like, I literally read this in like a few days. I read like 50 pages a day. It's only 250 pages. This is only 350, so I'll be able to finish it by February, no problem, if I just read 50 a day. This. I'm excited. So this one is about a woman named Adeline or Addie LaRue, who lives in France in 1746? 1714, I was so off. And she makes a deal with the devil to live forever. The only catch being that she cannot be remembered. So she can live forever, but the people who meet her and know her will never remember her. So she will essentially be alone. And like she can't, the only way to end that is to give up her soul. I'm pretty sure, something like that. Like, I know the devil wants her soul. So, but she's fighting him on that, I think. Something like that. 300 years later, though, there's someone who remembers her. So, it sounds really good. It reminds me of a movie. I think the name is Adeline, actually. Adeline? I don't even remember. But I remember watching it and enjoying it. I think Blake Lively was the main character. Or, like, the actors for that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited. I really, really want to read this. So I will take the week to read this. So excited for that. I don't think I'm going to pick up anything else. If I do, it would be Crazy Stupid Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams, which is the third book in the Undercover Bromance? No, not that one. Bromance Book Club, thank you. Series, but I'm not sure, because I kind of want to save some of the romances for February, though I do have quite a few I could read in February. Oof, I don't know. What am I going to do? I might pick this up if I finish this pretty quickly. Like, again, these two, I don't know if that'll take me that long. I have a full week. I feel like I could read so much in a week. So, I know this won't take me long. Like, this is only, what, like 300 and something pages? Yeah, it's not even 350 pages. It's like 340. So, I could read this pretty quick. But this is, how many pages? Okay, this is over 400. Okay, it's like 440 pages. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. Really, I'm just focusing on these two. But if it ends up happening, I might read this too. Maybe I'll start this at the very end of January and take this into February with me. Who knows? But yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm excited to have a full week of doing whatever the frick I want. Like, if I decide that I don't really want to read Addie LaRue this week, even though I'm really excited and I want to read it, but if I decide it's not for me, like, this week, I can mood read. I could just do whatever I want this week, which is great. And actually, February is looking pretty good, too. So, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye. Happy reading, and stay safe.